Hey, this is Coffey Anderson, and you are listening to Patio Lanterns.
Let's go.
Can't get you off of my mind, baby,
Patio Lanterns.
Hello, folks. It's spring break, and you know what that means? Cinnabon's releasing a brand new frozen beverage, the
God.
Churro Chilada.
No, they're not. Jesus.
There's two things I think to take away from this. First of all, spring break, Randy. Let's talk about spring break. What is spring break? I have been hearing spring break probably a month and a half now, and I expect to continue hearing about it for, I don't know, until end of April. When is spring break? What is spring break exactly?
Well, I feel like there's a couple of spring breaks. There's the spring break for the university kids. Reading break, also known as reading break. That's probably late February.
Okay.
Maybe around Family Day.
Definitely not spring.
No, absolutely not. The spring break I think of is like the 2 weeks middle of March. Like high school kids out there in Florida partying. I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I think of. Middle of March, 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean that's how I think it should be. But I just hear it every day. Spring break. Spring break coming up. I'm going on vacation for spring break. It's like January. People are going on spring break vacation.
Yes.
Like there's no need to call it spring break in January or February.
You're absolutely right. In the middle of winter there. What was Cinnabon calling their drink?
Okay, let's.
And why is it spring? Why is it spring related? Just a question.
Well, actually, it says at the top of the article whether the beach or the living room is your spring break photo backdrop. The latest innovation from Cinnabon is sure to be front and center. So yeah, they rolled out a couple days ago cinnamon. It looks like a cinnamon bun in liquid form with a churro straw. It's apparently they're excited. They're the chief marketing officer Karen says, it's the perfect way to treat yourself. Churros have become such a popular treat. We had to find a way to mix it up and deliver it in a beverage. This over-the-top beverage experience catches your eye and is sure to have loyal Cinnabon fans and new guests craving churros all spring long.
Oh my god.
So it's limited. It's a limited edition. It's starting at $6.29. So very affordable too. And it they've got other they're just talking about another lineup of drinks.
I think it's like their customers are probably also just overweight. They can't bear to gulp this thing down here, so they gotta liquefy it, pour it down their throat. Just blending churros up in the background, putting some icing in the blender. Throw some water, just a bit of cream cheese in there too, cinnamon. Here, drink this.
It looks like they have two versions. They're both like a blended beverage with a crap load of whipped cream. One has a churro sticking out of it, as you would expect.
Right.
And the other one has a churro wrapped in a circle, kind of like a lid, a lid form.
I'm picturing a Caesar. There's a Caesar that has the olives and bacon sticking out.
Okay, yeah.
But there's a churro sticking out of this blended churro, in there. So it's just straight madness.
This is definitely a case of Cinnabon trying too hard, or maybe more likely just for the advertising the PL podcast likes and listens. So
they're probably desperate after we've just devastated their social media account, so they have to
stocks are down.
Back. Stocks
have you seen
down.
the U.S. stocks? Cinnabon has just
not
been
good.
crashing.
It's not good, people.
Owe it all to us. Yeah, so that's out, people.
That's out.
Don't try that. So what else we got? We've got a lot to talk about. Obviously, we didn't have an episode last week, or did we, Randy? We want to get into that right
wow.
now.
Yes, I'm still trying to process everything that kind of went down. There's a lot happened. Every little second in there was something key, something new, something like just a roller coaster ride, per usual. Yeah. A year ago, we tried to get Coffey Anderson on the pod, and he gave us the old Esau, and then kind of ghosted. This time, we asked him, "Hey, Coffey, what do you think about getting on the podcast?"
Take no for an answer.
Yeah, we want you. We want you so bad. And so we did. We got him on. He agreed, and after a little bit of technical difficulties at the setup, we got him on. And when I heard his voice at the beginning, I was just
starstruck.
I was starstruck for sure.
I was so nervous.
Oh yeah, before he came on, you were losing it laughing just at all the ideas that we were talking about.
Because we invited him on at 7:30, and it seemed different from the start from last time when I asked him on, and he ghosted us. This time it seemed different. He was responding a little bit more often and asking him for a bit more detail. And
he was
trying to call in.
Yeah,
he was trying to call in with his cellular device.
Right.
And we talked him out of it to use a good old-fashioned laptop, and we scheduled him for 7:30, and right around then we sent him the link, and we waited, and as the minutes passed, there was just laughter, giggling, we're talking.
Tension was building.
A lot of hypotheticals.
Yes, lots of that.
We were going to start it without him and then see if he just joins in the middle. I don't know. We were talking about him. I was very anxious.
Right.
In a good way, though.
Oh, yeah. I was very excited. Coffey Anderson, Paul Flart, two big shooters here on the show. Friends of the show now. So it was all going pretty good. It was all going pretty good. It was... He has a beautiful voice. We have that 5-minute clip saved, right? I have the whole thing.
Yeah, so we got a clip coming out, right? We'll join it on, tack it on to the end of this, I think. But we got a clip coming on, and you'll hear Coffey. So I guess the end of the line, or what's a good metaphor or a phrase, to say, the bottom of the barrel is, or something along those lines.
Bottom of the barrel is his internet connection was on par with Jake Carey and Jeff Kitson.
Yeah, shit.
It's a shit internet connection.
He was out in the backwoods.
Yeah, down the holla. He was, being a country boy. And I get it. Internet connection's not always great. That's why I'm here at Roystown Pub every week.
Yeah.
But in the end, we couldn't get the whole half an hour recording that we did.
Yeah, he had a bit of trouble to start, and then he was kind of in and out like that, and then we got him. We started the episode. It's all fine for about 6 or 7 minutes, and then it gets bad, and he cuts out, and we're like, Coffey? And he makes it back in, and while we're still recording, we're still live here, and we're like, come on, and anyways, he gets back in, so we think all is fine. And then we record 23 more minutes, and only to find out that we only saved the first 6 minutes before he cut out that first time. And the latter 23 minutes
was gold.
Is it an overstatement to say maybe the best 23 minutes of our lives?
I think that's an understatement, because it was just everything I thought an interview with Coffey Anderson could be. We were flying back and forth. He was singing. He had the guitar out. He loved the Bud Light Blue Song of the Summer Awards. He loved it. He was just singing on air with us.
Sparks were flying. Everything we were saying, he was eating it up. It was me and Randy were talking about it before he came in, and we said, and I was saying he's like super active on social media, super like outgoing, super enthusiastic. And I was like, he's either going to be exactly like that and he's going to just be amazing, or he's going to be a total letdown and like a dick. And no, he was like the first. He was the former. He was amazing.
Yes.
We just say a couple words and then he'd chime in with a good story, or he started picking up his guitar and singing along. Like Randy said, we told him about awarding Bud Light Blue Song of the Summer, and he was just so happy, so proud. We did a quiz with him, which he hated in the funny way, but it was
the Friends quiz to see what we all know Coffey Anderson hates Friends. So it was we wanted to see what Friend's character he was, and
I didn't tell him beforehand. I didn't tell him. I said we're just gonna do a personality quiz, real quick, Coffee, and so I run him through the questions, and then at the end I tell him like he's Chandler Bing from Friends, and he got pissed. He said words I cannot repeat on air here, and but then we made up like in a good way, and it was just good laughs, and then. It got, because let's tell them the whole breakdown of what happened. We signed off with him, or he signed off. We said goodbye, right? Mm-hmm. And I knew something was up because I'm technically the host here, and I can tell when something might be up on with the audio or the connection at the end of the episode, and I'm like, oh boy, I don't know. And anyway, so Coffee leaves, and I'm like, Randy, I think something's wrong here. And then I'm a bit of a computer geek, so I pull out the function keys and the shortcuts, the code. I pull up the code and I get a download. I see his track, and then I see, and it looks a little funny, and then I go to where the track is saved on the cloud, and I see, it's shorter, and I'm like, gulp. I said gulp, and I start listening to it, and sure enough, it's like the beginning of when he came on, and it was mine and Randy's audio, the full 29 minutes. Audio, just the first 6 minutes. I'm like, shit. And so me and Randy are talking, we're like, what do we do? And we're trying to think, like, maybe it can still be salvaged if he comes back, because sometimes it happened to a friend of the podcast, Jake Carey, among others, that maybe we didn't get their audio the first time, but they come back and it appears. So we email him, and by the way, folks, we asked him to do, and you're going to hear this actually, or you probably, by the time I've edited this, you're probably going to hear it at the beginning of the episode, but he did a nice voice clip for us, which he sent from his cell phone, and he emailed us after the episode. Yeah. And so I replied, and I said, Coffee. And I said, Coffee, we need you to come back. There was trouble with the audio. And sure enough, he joins right away. He says, I'm just going to leave this open. I'm going to do some work over here. We hear him singing, Fast Car 2 in the background or something. Right. And I'm like, I'm talking to Randy on the side, and I'm like, it's not working. And then we kind of just hold him on to make it look like we're doing something. And then we say, that's good. And then later on, because we still don't have that missing audio, we start looking into it. I'm like, fuck. And then we kind of figure out, okay, there might still be a way. After digging into it, I'm emailing support here. Support, help. We have Coffee's audio. It's lost in cyberspace. We need it back. And she immediately replies. It says on Zencaster here. It says
No, not talking to you guys. Don't worry. Yeah. I'm just on my headset over here. Don't mind me. Yeah. It's all good. Just some locals here. Don't worry about that.
Oh, they like to have fun down in Royce Town pub. So I'm emailing support. They're supposed to be off hours, but of course they see Coffey Anderson on the subject line. They jump back into action. They email me. They tell me what to do. I'm like, okay, Randy, I got a plan. And so it requires Coffee jumping back in to our link. So I'm like, Randy, do we really go back to Coffee again and ask him to come back? Look like total amateurs. Total amateurs. Not these the famed Paul Blart podcast host.
Right.
And anyways, we're like, we have to get this. Right. We have to. So we invite him back. And to this day, it's Wednesday, March 4th, 7:47 p.m. I believe we recorded that episode last Wednesday, a week ago, and still no response from Coffey. So
way she goes.
Yeah, pretty sad. And we were even thinking, like, do we message him again or whatever? We're like,
how many times do we do it? Coffee. Log back. It
was.
We'll have to get him on the show again to get the full thing. I'll try and summarize best I can. We asked him a little bit about his his inspiration. He talked a lot about his faith and growing up in small towns and how that was kind of just like part of the culture where he grew up. He he did a lot of shows in his church group growing up, and it kind of just evolved from there to get singing Bud Light Blue, which is great. He's got he's pretty big with the gypsies, right? The gypsies.
Oh yeah, he's big with the gypsies. That's right.
Gypsies,
he's well renowned.
That's something I learned.
He said he'd get us Ellen tickets if we went to L.A.
Right. Because
we talked about his time on Ellen DeGeneres. And I was talking about how he makes California sound amazing with his talk about cheap tacos and wine and tacos and more wine. And he's like, oh yeah, you got to come down and get you some tickets.
The thing is, I feel like he's the kind of guy, like, if we showed up, he'd follow through.
Oh,
he seemed like such a quality person talking to him on the show. Big fan.
He was such a nice guy.
Oh yeah,
such a funny guy. He was just, he was loving it. He was just happy to be there, and it's sad. I mean, he was even like, send me a link to the podcast or whatever. And now I don't know what we're gonna do.
I guess we can send him a link to this episode. Thanks, Coffey, if you're listening.
I guess. Really thanks, Coffey. Maybe you still have the audio, Coffey. If you do, send it to us. We'll get it in the next episode.
Get in touch with us, Coffey. We'll straighten this out.
It really was great. I can't even remember what we talked about in the first 6 minutes. We just kind of eased into it.
Yeah, I think we definitely eased into it. The highlight for me was him singing Bud Light Blue on the show. I
remember. And then you were egging him on. Can you give us some more of that? And then he's singing Fast Car. I don't know. Did he sing "I Want It That Way" by Backstreet Boys too? I don't know.
No, he was giving us a few little chords here and there. He was
singing original Blue by Eiffel 65. We were asking him, how he gets his inspiration or how does he go about making a remix of these songs? And he basically told it was basically a sing along episode of your favorite sitcom or show, and in this case your podcast. So Coffey would talk to us in song, which is exactly what we wanted.
Yes. Oh yes.
And you know what, he actually sounded great. He sounded great on the
that's talent right there. We were asking him his thoughts on Patio Lanterns, and he was kind of hesitant about the song. It seemed a little hesitant about doing a cover of Kim Mitchell's Patio Lanterns.
Yeah.
That's we'll work him on that.
Did he say he was going to look it up?
Yeah, I think he'll look it up.
I don't know. I think you might see something in the next a new single,
next album. It's like he just gets the background maybe of Patio Lanterns, and he'll make it his own.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know. Great guy. We had a great time on there.
Great time.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed. We're both a little bummed how the way it ended.
Yeah, but what can you say? That's showbiz, baby.
Broken hearts.
Yeah, broken hearts. Broken guitar strings. Patio Lanterns.
Okay, you guys, we'll put that in at the very end, I think. That's what I think we'll do. We'll talk a little bit more, then we'll put in what we have of Coffey Anderson for you guys to listen. Then you'll believe us that we got him on. And
a lot of people are just like, all right, boys, Sure, you can say you've had him on the show like a dozen times by now, but we got proof.
No,
now.
we got proof this time. Okay, Randy, do you ever find yourself dressing for the weather? Like, not like in a tactical way or for comfort. Not like, oh, it's like warm out, I'm going to wear a tank top or short sleeves. It's more like, oh, it's a warm out, I'm going to wear this
like a
beautiful, bright yellow shirt. Yeah, something like that.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
never done that in my life. Not going to start now. Yeah.
Can you elaborate?
Can
Get
I
out there.
elaborate on that?
Yeah.
So I'm never gonna do that, and I don't think I ever will. It sounds like a nice idea.
Yeah.
Like, sure, like, yeah, dress for the day, you know, like, wear your girl, go get your colors on, you know, like,
Oh, yeah,
let's,
yeah.
sure, but no, I don't think I will. I mean, it's
Why
just
not?
like, I don't know, it's just
I've
seems
started
like
doing
effort.
that. I've been
you?
doing that. No, I've been planning out. I was planning out my outfit just before I came on here, and I was like, you know what? Forecast shows some sun. I'm gonna wear like some lighter clothes.
Oh,
and
okay.
so instead of picking like a dark collared shirt, I picked a white collared shirt. I was like, yeah, this will be perfect. This is gonna make me feel great. It's gonna make everyone around me feel great. Really, really boost productivity.
I could see that actually.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll give it a shot. I don't know if I have enough of a wardrobe selection to really make this happen. Is maybe the crux of my problem is I just don't have that many clothes to choose from.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, you gotta build a solid foundation,
For
and
sure.
you gotta have some variety in there. You can't just have your blues. I'm
Yeah.
definitely a heavy on the blue guy, but
Yeah.
you gotta mix it up.
Yeah,
So-
I got lots of dark tones here.
So,
Blues, grays. I'm a gray guy, you know. Just put
you're
my
a great
gray.
guy.
I'm a gray sweater on. I'm a great guy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have that many like bright clothes.
What about that
Really?
Disneyland shirt?
Oh yeah, that's in waiting. My bright green Disneyland shirt. Yeah, it's kind of just there now. Like it's at the point where you've worn this thing for 5 years, so it's kind of gotten like
Randy,
it's
we
been
all
around.
know it's been like 10 years.
It's been 10 years. I had this shirt for 10 years, and it comes at a time in every shirt's life where you're like, all right, like this. There's kind of like some like pitch stains a little bit. Like it's been around. You know, like there's not much left. There's not
Don't
many
raise your
like
arms
rounds left. don't raise your arms up. Don't do much. Like it's it's been around, that's for sure.
It's like shrunk and just
Got a little
doesn't fit
midriff.
right like this. Yeah, there's
I got a little
bit.
midriff showing. I got a little belly button there.
You're
coming
still
out
trying
there.
to pull it off though.
Yeah. I can still pull it off. Don't get me wrong. I can wear it if I want to, Kurt. All right, like I can wear my Disneyland shirt.
It's a little tight in the shoulders.
Yeah, well, probably a little tight. A little tight.
Speaking of spring, I almost forgot, but I got reminded the other day, and I made sure to remind all y'all. Daylight savings time is coming up again.
Oh, I feel like we just had one.
I know it comes around too fast,
Oh
but
my god.
this is like the worst, the greater of the two evils. I think just
Spring
because
forward.
the spring forward.
So do
And-
we lose or gain an hour on this one?
We lose an hour, right? We're springing
We're
ahead.
springing ahead, so we gain an hour.
No, that you'd think. It's very confusing how they
I
went about
don't-
this.
I
Like
don't
you spring
understand.
ahead, so you're
Yeah.
gaining an hour, but you're actually lose. Even though you're springing ahead, you're actually behind because you're losing an hour, right? When you think about it, because then you wake up and it's supposed to be 8 a.m.
Right.
but it's 9 a.m. on Sunday. It's 9 a.m.
It's just
It's supposed to,
mind-boggling.
it's 8 a.m. in your head, but it's
Yeah.
9 a.m. in reality. And like this is the type of this is what gets everyone all confuzzled on Mondays afterwards because you got to stay out of traffic and off the sidewalk too. Obviously, just
and to all those people that have like just electronic like clocks that automatically update, you'll never know. It'll just be like you lost an hour of sleep. You know, you just.
It's probably for the better at this point.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'm
so
stressed. I'm stressed just thinking about all these changes. I wish I didn't have to deal with it.
If you have like all automatic appliances or like just a cell phone, you're better off. But if you got like a microwave that just plugs in the wall, doesn't do anything, like doesn't update time automatically, then it's gonna be a bad weekend. It's gonna be just very bad.
Do you think animals have to spring forward too? Like they're just like animals that are very attuned to our like day-to-day lives. You know, like they might have to go through it all too. Like, you know, the birds, maybe they're used to like seeing, they're seeing everyone, the routines. They're like, all right, gotta wait for the people to leave their house before I go down the block and go say hi to Fred. You know, like I this is my trigger, and you know, because they're all so in tune here. Or like dogs, you know, they get their food at a certain time, but now it's all of a sudden an hour forward or backward. So all of a sudden, all these little critters have to spring forward or backward too. Do you think that's the thing?
You make a good point. I don't know. It's definitely not as substantial as like for us humans, but there could be something there for like one or 2 days.
Yeah.
Or around daylight savings time where they're like, what the
fuck's this guy doing out right now? Like, you know, like maybe a nocturnal little rake-in or something. You know, he's walking around. He's used to having another couple hours on the town. But all of a sudden, people are coming out a little earlier. It's like, what the fuck?
It's a real pain in the ass. If you're like, real pain in the ass for people and animals.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I was reading a post about how, like, you know, BC government's going to cancel the whole daylight savings time thing, but apparently they're picking the wrong time. So they have two options. You know, they could pick like the springtime or the fall time. And I forget which one it is, but they're picking the wrong one. So that like
what's the wrong one?
They're
picking the one with the longer daylight, aren't they?
Yeah, but like they're picking the one where in the winter we're gonna like. It's going to be like 9 a.m. and still dark out in the morning. Okay. Like it's going to be like it's the one the sleep experts didn't want.
But it's apparently like going to be 11 p.m. in the summer and still sunny out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I think that might be how it works. We'll have to wait and see what the BC government.
They've been talking about this forever, haven't they?
Oh,
are they actually? They're not going to remove
they're
it
waiting for like Washington State and
didn't they, in Oregon? Didn't they say like they weren't going to do shit?
Yeah, pretty much. They're saying they're not leaders; they're followers. Like we're just going to wait for Washington. Wait for Washington to do it. You know, like they're whatever, guys.
I don't know. I'm just prepare for daylight savings time.
Washington State coronavirus. What's the update, Kurt? What's the word on coronavirus?
Well, I asked for your update. This was like 2 weeks ago, at least. I asked. I was like, "Do I need to panic?" You said, "Panic, panic." The best thing you can do in a situation like this is panic.
Drink your exact coffee words. And freak out.
Just
go get a coffee and see what happens.
Next thing you know, I'm at the store and I buy up all the masks, all those masks.
That's what everyone wants to do.
All the hand sanitizer.
Yeah,
it's gone. I've got I had to move stuff out of my closet because now I just filled the closet with boxes of hand sanitizer. But the coronavirus, so there's some deaths. I heard some infected in Washington. There was a woman. An old elderly woman in Vancouver Hospital, I heard, in intensive care as of this evening or this afternoon. You know, there's some trouble, or there's some problems. There's some trouble.
There's some trouble brewing out there. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with my earlier recommend. If you can, you know, go ahead and play the episode from 2-3 weeks ago. You'll hear me saying that.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
You know, like You're just gonna have to trust me here. What did I say? I said that I'm more worried about like things like Ebola or just regular influenza for Canadians, for a health risk. But then, as things evolved, now I'm worried about the economic and supply chain effects of this of the virus.
Money on your mind, mind on your money.
Yeah, from microbiology to accountant, it's tax season. I'm worried about the supply chain now. Forget the people.
old you would have been worried about the virus.
Old me is like, we got people here. We got, 9 dead in Washington State. We got to shut everything down.
There's plenty more of that.
Now I'm thinking, the hell with them. Let's get the supply chain back in out here. Let's get the stock markets going. Yeah, how things change.
Have you been to Costco lately? I hear Costco's selling out of everything.
Oh, I was thinking of going this weekend, but I didn't.
You want to avoid the weekend too.
Oh, big time, yeah.
Chaos.
Too many people here in small town Courtney has a Costco, and it's not busy.
Do you
which
think
is nice.
Putting you on the island makes you better off or worse off to this whole thing?
I think better off. Better off
Really?
overall. Yeah, we can separate ourselves from the big city centers like Vancouver. Where these things are gonna they're gonna
stop the boats.
Marinate. Yeah, they're gonna marinate in Vancouver for a bit, and it's gonna spread out to small town Penticton, small town Courtney, likely.
What do you think?
We'll be removed from the action.
How do you think V-ISIS is reacting to this? Or let's say it escalates, and then how would V-ISIS react?
How would V-ISIS react to...
Are they more the type to shrug it off, no matter what, no matter how high the stakes are, no matter how high the threat is? Like, just it evolves like crazy. They shrug it off. Or
my take, yeah.
Are they already into the conspiracies right now?
V-ISIS, they're survivalists of Vancouver Island. They had things stockpiled before you even heard of COVID-19. Like they were.
You're right. Yeah.
They were ready to go. They've been ready to go for. There's a show on Netflix called what is it called? Doomsday Preppers, and like these are the kind of guys that'd be on that show.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're resourceful. They're strong. They've been like roaming the woods looking for Squatch. They've got things stockpiled. They're prepared.
That's fair, I guess. Yeah, that's good.
That's my take.
Right. Well,
yeah. But
okay.
Yeah.
Parting thoughts on the state of the coronavirus right now?
Yeah. Again, more concerned about the supply chain. If we get cut off from different medical shipments, like if the hospital needs X, Y, or Z. Or if we have limited food, if we have limited, whatever supply, I think that's going to kill more people in Canada or BC than the coronavirus will.
I saw Mo.
That's my biggest stressor right now. So I think again, I wouldn't worry too much. Just be normal and just go wash your hands and be aware. I don't have to go buying these masks. That's not going to help you at all. That's only if you're coughing that you need to buy these masks. Yeah. Common sense stuff, people.
So Mo, I saw Sergeant Struck canceled his trip to Tokyo. I believe due to this threat.
Mo, yeah.
Where was like, so what do you think? Like, because some events over there, some in Europe, like sporting events have been canceled. They're saying
my sister,
they can't have crowds.
My dear sister was in Italy, in Venice, and she caught the last train, the second last train out of there before they started closing borders because of the coronavirus.
That could be good or bad depending on if she is,
she's going back to
infected.
Austria. No, yeah, so she's okay right now, but
okay.
She's working in a place where a lot of people are coming and going. Obviously, a lot of international people out there at the UN. I mean, if the thing is, it's like these quarantines, like if the government mandates quarantines, then everything's going to shut down. The whole economy is going to shut down because everyone's going to be afraid, and everyone's going to stay at home, and as they should. If there's a government quarantine, but it's just just the scene. But I heard there's a good discount on cruise ships right now. If you want to hop on that train,
Okay, yeah.
maybe go to Japan. You have a nice cruise.
I'll have to think about that.
You know, like
A
hanging
little
on a
bit.
boat with all these old
I am
people.
a sucker for good deals.
There's hell of a value. You know, hell of a value out there right now.
Sure.
Last minute airplane deals, people. You want to travel? You know, get these deals. That's good value. You know, airlines are going under out there. Some big UK airline just went under. Coronavirus didn't help. Yeah.
Well, how could it? It's a disease. Can't help a plane.
Very true, Kurt. Very true.
I was just gonna say, like, because I remember that the Olympics are in Tokyo this year.
Yeah.
I guess that's. I don't know when that is.
Yeah.
June, July, June.
So far, the Olympic Committee has been very adamant that everything's going to be going forward.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine, people. It's fine. But if Mo Sturrock is canceling his plans to Tokyo, that's
Mo's the toughest guy I know, and if he's canceling,
Mo was not afraid of anything.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that's saying
tougher
something.
than all yous.
You son of bitches. Yeah.
Oh, yesterday or no? Yeah, yesterday. What day is it? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Hump day. Yeah, we were just talking about hump day. Hump day. Love it. Yesterday, Penticton, British Columbia, hottest place in Canada. Did you read that?
No, it's not.
It was yesterday. It's not right now, probably, but yeah, yesterday it set a record for March 3rd, and
What was it?
it was like 16 degrees apparently.
Get out.
I didn't even realize it was that hot.
Were you out there with your sunny, bright clothes? Wearing some nice floral prints, maybe?
What was I wearing
Walking
yesterday?
around town?
I was wearing.
What are you wearing
I
right
don't think I was
now?
wearing. I'm just wearing like sweatpants and a t-shirt.
Oh.
I even got a toque on.
You have a toque?
Yeah, got socks on too.
Inside.
Yeah.
Where are the socks located?
Where are they? They're
Yeah.
on my feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always gotta
They're
check.
on my hands. Like, well, my hands get cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah,
Hottest
it was
place
hot.
in Canada.
Yeah,
That's
it was
hot.
weird. It was interesting. I didn't notice at all, but I saw that. Basically famous. Other news. Finally, we've been talking about it. It sounds like we are getting evicted. Finally, we're getting evicted, folks.
Hey, you and me both. April 30th.
You are
last
too.
day.
Did
Yeah,
I know that?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, we gotta get a leave April 30th.
Yeah, same.
Oh no way! That's
Yeah.
because we both started having questionable landlord issues at the same time, pretty much.
Yes.
It took
Yes.
like 6 months to evict both of us.
Yeah, I mean, technically, it took that long because our lease is up at the end of April, right? So, not less getting evicted and more just our lease is up.
Right.
So, but they're looking like they're gonna sell this place, and so we don't want to be looking for a place in the middle of the summer in Canada's hottest beach resort town, where everyone's taking up all the apartments and houses. So we're looking for a place unless they manage to like sell it, and the new owners. They like us so much they want us to live
Yeah,
there.
they come over to see the house and they see the boys, just like on the deck. They're like, yeah, we can't
All
break
oiled
this
up.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
just basking.
Empty cans of Coors Light everywhere.
Yeah. It's like, this is too beautiful. We can't split this up.
Yeah, so I don't know. We're on the hunt. We're on the
Okay.
hunt right now for a new spot.
Yeah, I'm on the hunt too.
Where are you
hunting.
gonna move?
Who knows? Who knows?
You're gonna stick near the Royston?
Kurt, I don't even know what's 2 weeks ahead of me right now. We'll see how the wind blows.
We have a lot of developing news here between moving and viruses and
Viruses,
daylight
coffees.
savings times. One more thing. I listen to this song once in a while because I hear it on the radio or on a playlist on Apple Music. And, of course, it's none other than Chase Rice. Remember Chase Rice
Chase.
and his sex song?
Oh yeah,
like the top of our
I remember
sex
singing
playlist.
that here at Roystown Pub.
When were you singing? Oh yeah, you were. I'm gonna ride.
Yeah,
I'm gonna ride on you, baby.
all night. Yeah, I'm gonna ride. I'm gonna ride. I'm gonna ride.
I know. There's this one song he does, and I just like. I don't know. It's like I laugh and cringe at the same time. But it's just like, you look so fucking sexy in my fucking truck bed, and like, he just like overdoes it. It's just too much. I feel like gross.
Country music's like weird, where it's like when it's like cringy, it's like super cringy. Like it's like, it's just. Sometimes it can be awful. Like when you listen to Country 100.7, and it's just like, what the fuck?
Is that on the island or is that?
No, like that's a Kelowna station, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyways, listen to your local country station, and like every once in a while, you listen to something, you're just like, what the fuck is that? It's just like it can be like absolute trash. Like more than any other station, like some country songs are just awful.
Yeah, it's just okay. I just can't. It's always Chase Rice when he comes on, and he doesn't really sing, and there's not really even like a country
so
twang. There's not even like a pop twang. He just like comes on and says, "Hey baby, like I'm in my truck, and you look so fucking hot. I'm gonna ride you all night long." And I'm just like,
all right, Chase. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay. No Coffey Anderson, that's for sure. Coffey, thanks for coming on. If you're listening, we'll be sure to have you on soon, hopefully. And everyone that's listening, here's 6 minutes of Coffey.
Enjoy
listening. Enjoy.
Woke up this morning, way before the sun, focused on winning, on being number one. I'm in my zone, in a zone on my own. Load up the trailer, thank the Lord up above. Can't help that I'm a cowboy, kiss the woman that I love. I gotta go, get my money on the road. It's rodeo time, what's on your mind? Riding bulls and punching fools all night, twisting necks, cashing checks, but lay it on the line. It's rodeo time.
Mama.
Okay, we're here. It's Kurt, Ryan, and we're here with Coffey Anderson. Finally, we got Coffey on this show after, tracking him down for about a year or so, but he's a busy guy. So, Coffey, how about you say hello?
Hey, guys. How are y'all? Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it, boys.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming
Coffey,
on.
we're so happy to have you. This is a real pleasure.
Oh, man. I'm honored to do it.
Yeah.
Coffey, I don't know if you know, but we actually named Bud Light Blue Song of the Summer last year.
What? Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Thank you. I think it's a song of every summer. Thank you so much.
I should say it was actually, it feels like it was last year, but by now it's 2018. Song of 2018.
Wow. I know. We get old quick, don't we? Lord have mercy.
No kidding.
That's right. No, that song's an absolute banger. Like I couldn't stop playing it all summer. It's just something about it. It was a great hit.
That's kind of how we got introduced to you, Coffey.
Oh my goodness, well, great! I remember I sent that to a Texas radio country music DJ, and she does radio promo, and she was like, "No, I don't think it's going to do anything." And it hit so many playlists on Spotify. It also hit #1 country song in the UK for 13 weeks straight.
Oh, wow.
Straight.
In the UK?
Yeah, so I won Newcomer of the Year for the UK Country Music Awards. And it was just unbelievable because I felt like that song was the perfect everything. It was new, it was old, it was familiar. It was a storytelling song. It was loving, but it was also love lost. It was a drinking song, but it was a party song. Like, it was the perfect storm to get my career to the next level. Absolutely.
It was perfect, upbeat. It got us pumped up for summer, and like you said, yeah, drinking song, love, just good times with friends. Have you been over to the UK for like a tour or anything?
I have. I've played Switzerland, Ireland, Scotland, and all of England, Darlington, Nottingham, Kensington, London. You know what's crazy is I went to the Dante Wilder Tyson Fury fight, and Tyson Fury is a gypsy, and I'm one of the top artists in the gypsy culture. So of the 19,000 people that were there, probably 13,000 of them were gypsies. So I actually ended up having to have police security to get to my chair through the fans. So the UK has been great.
What is that like? Like, what is it like having security escorting you to your chair? And then think about like where you were maybe 10 years ago, maybe longer.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, I'll never get used to it. I still stopped the policeman so that I could take pictures and do autographs for some of the kids and the ladies that were there.
Yeah.
There were Triple H from the WWE, Stephanie McMahon,
I know that name.
Adele. They're all sitting on the row with me, and we all have this security detail, and they're looking at me like, who's the brother in the cowboy hat? You know what I mean? And why is somebody asking him for his picture? You know, it's one of those things where you really can carve an audience and a niche for yourself because of technology.
Yeah, isn't that something? How did you land into all the gypsies? Like, how'd you get big with the gypsies?
I wrote a song called Go to Mexico, and the pre-chorus says, do you know my name, Gypsy Woman? And when I put Gypsy Woman in it, it just exploded. And they all loved singing that song. Take a ride on my paper airplane. We can go anywhere, change names. And it just stuck. And I remember strumming the first chords of that song when I was in the UK, and they sang the whole song to me. And I just had tears in my eyes while they sang me my song.
Wow. That's incredible.
Very surreal moment.
Yeah. That's something else. I didn't even know they knew about Bud Light Blue over in the UK, you know? Like, did they even have Bud Light over there?
You know, they're drinking something. they're drinking on something, I guarantee you.
That's good. Well, we're drinking a lot of Bud Light up here in Canada, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, do you have a favorite beer, Coffey?
There's a craft beer. I'm not a drinker. I grew up very, very starch religious family, but there is a beer that I tasted, and it's called Berry White. It's from Livermore, California.
Okay.
And I tasted it and looked at all my friends, and I said, I have a drinking problem just now because of this. It tasted like potpourri, peaches, and Corona had a kid.
Oh, my God.
I'm good with it. It's ridiculous.
That does sound good.
It's honestly ridiculous.
You between like Bud Light Blue and just talking about Berry White, you've sold us on just like going to California for an extended period of time and trying tacos and wine and
tacos and
everything.
Come on, get down here. I'll tell you what, you'll get a chance to thaw out. Y'all Canadians, it turns 30 degrees. We're outside tanning. That's not normal. Okay, it ain't normal. Yeah.
Do you have any interest in coming up to Canada anytime for a tour?
Absolutely. I've hit up the people at Country Thunder because Country Thunder actually originated in Canada.
Coffey Southern man. Coffey!
We've been on the run, driving in the sun, looking out for number one. California, here we come, right back where we started from. Well, hustlers, grab your guns, your shadow weighs a ton, driving down the 101. California, here we come, right back where we started from. California.
till the